Hey YouTube, so this is a video about a day trip that we randomly decided to do when we were in El Paso. We wanted to go from El Paso to the White Sands National Park. As you guys can see from some of the footage, this is how it looks, and it was a great trip overall. But when we started planning the trip and looked at a better route planner to see how many stops there would be or if we would have superchargers in between, we saw that basically we had to make a round trip on a single charge, which kind of worried us because a round trip is basically depleting the full battery. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, please like it. If you guys like the content, please subscribe. Comment below with any questions or critiques that you guys have about any of the videos I make, so we can always improve. So we're at the Supercharger in El Paso, Texas. It's actually right outside of a Rudy's barbecue, but me and my family are going in there to eat some good barbecue. Super excited about this. We got the pulled pork sandwich. We have the brisket sandwich, which she's already destroyed by the time I came in. Claudia got baby back ribs and pork ribs, which I'm sure the videos don't do it justice, but it looks really good. And my mom gave me some of her brisket. They call these new potatoes, but basically roasted or boiled potatoes. Can't believe that we already stopped the Supercharger before this and we never came here to eat. Definitely one of the better Supercharger spots because we needed to charge for 30 minutes and we just got to sit in here, eat everything. It was all really good. We're about done charging, so now we're off to White Sands. There's no chargers in between this Supercharger and White Sands. It's about 100 miles. So we'll have 100 miles each way, and then we'll be doing some driving in the dunes. So hopefully we'll make it all the way, but we'll keep an eye on the state of charge the whole time. It's definitely going to be a concerning time. So let's give this a shot. See you guys at White Sands. So this is the trip. We're going to White Sands National Park Visitor Center. It's an hour and 83 miles total. So it predicts 64% of charge. If that's the case, round trip estimate back to starting point, which is here, it's at 31%. So try to drive efficiently. Thanks to Christy for driving. Gonna do some video editing while she drives the 83 miles. When Christy was driving down to White Sands, we actually had to hit a tumbleweed because it was blowing across the highway. If we didn't hit it, we would swerve too much and it would kind of be dangerous. There's basically pieces of tumbleweed stuck in the grill of the Tesla. Definitely very prickly, so we were worried about any scratches or damage to the front of the car. That is definitely a benefit of getting PPF. If you're on the fence of whether you should get it or not, just small things like that where you don't have to worry about front end damage from hitting some things like, rock chips or tumbleweeds that might be blowing across if you're driving around the Southwest. So we're out here, apocalyptic sand dunes of the White Sands. It's very cold, as you can tell. Endless desert of white sand. Driving through the actual dunes, we left the pavement, so technically we're just driving on sand. It's pretty windy too, so it's blowing everywhere. It's just a terrible drive. So I'm about to embrace the storm. Cardi T's behind me. Let's go up this little hill. Everybody else is scared. She doesn't want to be a part of it. So let's see if I can make it. Oh. Basically just got sand. This is from me trying to make it all the way up. There's sand all in my shoes. We're headed back. We saw the White Sands. It's a unique national park. It's very different from the green forest that you would see everywhere else. The trick with this trip is that we came out with the Tesla and there's no superchargers around here. We came from El Paso and that's the only closest supercharger, which is over 100 miles away. To our house in El Paso it's 100 miles, but to the supercharger in El Paso it's 88. So before we came out here, we filled up the car with 100% charge and we started driving out. We got out here with a little bit under 60%. And this is the real test of range. This is what range anxiety really is. And so now we're probably gonna have to drive a little bit under the max speed and take a little bit longer just so we can actually get back in time. So let's see if we can make it. It was definitely worth it. Hopefully everything works out in the end. My youngest sister,
Yes.
Claudia, I don't know if we ever introduced you to her, but she told me to race this red Porsche behind us, and I ended up going a little bit above the speed limit.
A little bit.
And now I can't use autopilot because it says it exceeded the speed limit, which I didn't know was also a thing. So now I need to pull over somewhere and reset the car because we still have
Approximately 68 miles.
a whole hour of driving that I don't want to do by myself. So we're back at it with autopilot. As you guys saw in the video, we originally filled up the car with 100% charge, and we went to White Sands, which depleted it to about a little bit below 60%. When we looked at the round trip estimation, the Tesla navigation was telling us that we would be able to do a round trip from the Supercharger and back with 32% battery left. And when we got to White Sands and put in the Supercharger address into the navigation, it actually said 15%. So we had already depleted a lot by the time we got there and drove around the dunes. By the time we got back, we were a little bit under 10%. It definitely was close. It was a fun trip overall. It shows that not everywhere is going to be as convenient to drive a Tesla around, but it definitely is doable for some of these roads that you might have range anxiety going in, as long as you're smart with your driving and you don't speed along the way. If the speed limit's 75, you might have to go 55 as a compromise to actually make it back without having to be towed back to wherever you need to go. So have a good day. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.